Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday, beginning of the week. Welcome back to Coffee with Chem and Hills. Not gonna lie, I could use a coffee IV, like just straight to the vein. You know what I mean? This morning.
It's my second cup, but I think it's gonna be a 3 at least cup kind of day.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna be taking a lot of sips while we're sitting here. Yeah, I need to get that caffeine in. I'm telling you right now.
Yep.
Did you have a good weekend?
I did. My mom's in town, so we got to hang out a little bit and took her to this restaurant in Philadelphia that I went there a couple months ago and I was like, oh, my mom would love this place. It's like a French bistro style restaurant.
Sounds so good. Yeah,
it was really good. So we had a girls' day out with my daughter and we all dressed up. And not that we needed to, but it was just like kind of a fun, fancy thing to do.
Aww. Yeah. Did Leah wear a little dress?
She did, and she wore her fancy Nancy shoes.
She likes wearing dresses anyway, doesn't she?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. She just had sparkles on from head to toe.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah. So
cute.
It was really adorable.
That sounds so nice.
Yeah. What about you?
Yeah, nothing like that. A lot of baby in a bucket, keeping cool.
Yeah, that works too.
Went to the park a lot.
Yeah.
Trying to get that energy out. She just is like, my kid is so, it's like when you have a dog, like a big dog that really you need to like get that energy out every day. We're to that point where like we got to get her out to the park where she can just like run free and get that energy out. I mean, she just like goes.
Yeah.
Like you take her out of the stroller and she goes.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
It's great.
Yeah.
That's why parks are so important because you really need that. Yeah, I agree. We do the same thing. Like you have to get outside and do something at least once, more like twice a day at this point because she just needs to get that energy out. Otherwise she doesn't go to sleep.
Yeah, I know. It's a game changer, like before naps and before like bedtime and everything. Just get that energy out. Well, we've got some hot topics.
It's
been a while. Hot topics. Okay, so we're going to be talking about inflation.
Our favorite hot topic.
Yeah, I mean, it is the hot topic right now, isn't it? With inflation causes a spike in college costs. Here are some tax breaks worth exploring to help cash-strapped families. This is from CNBC.
I mean, I don't know about you, but I didn't think about how inflation would affect the price of college, but then also like saving for college.
Yeah, some colleges, their tuition has gone up 5%.
Yeah.
And then if you think about it, the 529 plans, they may have lower balances due to stock market losses and rising interest rates. So those, two things. Granted, I don't have a child going into college right now. So like maybe that's why I'm completely oblivious. But yeah, it was not at the forefront of something I was like, oh, that's a concern or would be.
Well, and I think it's interesting too, like to your point where you said some colleges gone up $5,000. I mean, the average cost of private tuition is $32K last year.
Yeah.
So just tuition, that does not include room and board.
Right. Yeah.
So if you add 5% to that, you're paying an extra like almost, $2K. So it's a huge jump.
Yeah, it is a huge jump. And especially right now when costs are just going up across the board.
Right.
Yeah, it's like
everywhere. Just squeeze.
Literally everywhere.
Yeah.
Like we are getting squeezed. But okay, so these are some tax breaks worth exploring. Which apparently they are worth exploring right now. Number one, tax credits for undergraduates. So you can consider the American Opportunity Tax Credit. To qualify, you will need the 1098-T from the school covering tuition and expenses paid. The maximum that you can get is $2,500.
Right.
Which would basically cover what if it has
the increase in
the increase.
But at least something's better than nothing, right?
Totally. And like that might be what you might not have budgeted for this, right? You might be like, wait a second, I didn't budget for this extra $2,000. So, this is a potential opportunity for you to get a little cash back.
Well, you don't necessarily get cash back, but
Right.
it is taken off of your taxes.
It's taken off of your
taxable
taxes.
income.
Right.
And you can only have this opportunity for 4 years, so it is a limited amount of time for undergraduate
Yes.
degrees.
So it's less money going out.
Yes.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
And this eligibility starts to phase out if your gross income exceeds $80,000. And for couples, 160.
Yeah, exactly.
So
fun stuff. But if you qualify for it, it's certainly something to consider. I mean, I think, we talk about working with either a CPA or accountant because they will understand some of these tax things that you could take advantage of, which makes sense.
Yes. This is why they would probably know about this already and
Yep.
would be able to recommend it to you. All right, number 2, tax credit for graduate and professional degrees. Okay, this is the lifetime learning credit can get you up to $2,000 in tax returns. And the same income phase outs apply for this tax credit as well. So yeah, you need to be earning $80,000 or below to qualify for this, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
But this can be for however many years. So this is great for graduate degrees or professional learning degrees.
Yep.
It can be for, especially if you are a lifelong learner, you're in academics, you can continue to take this. However, you can only choose, if you have multiple, say you are paying for your kids' tuition, you have 2 different kids, one's in graduate school and one's an undergrad, you can only take one of these on your tax return. So you would have to choose.
It's kind of a bummer.
Which is a bummer. This article does say to choose the American Opportunity Tax Credit, which it is a slightly higher number. So
Right.
that's why I think they decided.
Yeah, that's
if you have to
$2,500, right?
Choose. If you get to choose because you have 2 children in college or 2 tuitions you're paying for whatever reason.
Go for the one where you get more bang for your buck always.
Yes, indeed.
Please. All right, number 3, claim a tax break for working. So working students may qualify for earned income tax credit. It's a refundable write-off for low to moderate income workers. Wouldn't have thought of that.
Yeah, me neither.
Didn't know that existed.
Right, which is something that's interesting because I know a lot of college kids have jobs, so I wonder if that qualifies. I wonder if the article didn't go into more specifics on how much you had to work or whether it's, just a part-time job you could then qualify for.
Right. I mean, this is definitely something to talk to your financial planner about because, I feel like a lot of people in school have part-time jobs, right? So this could be very helpful.
Definitely.
Another option is if you've saved any of those earnings from work, you may also qualify for retirement savings contribution credit. So that's another thing. So there's actually like a decent list of opportunities to get a little bit back.
Yeah. I mean, it's not everything, and, student loans are still a major thing these days, but, the government is trying to help as much as possible with getting people through the college track.
Yeah. It's hard. We know. We know.
We do know.
On that note, we're going to take a quick commercial break, but we will be right back with another hot topic. Welcome back, everyone. We've got another hot topic for you, so don't you worry. Job switchers are earning a lot more than those who stay. This is from the Wall Street Journal.
Yep.
Yeah, so, okay, these numbers are, okay.
Interesting.
These are interesting. Those who stayed in their jobs increased their wages by 4.7%. Those who left increased by 6.4%. I mean, that gives people incentive right there, doesn't it?
It's true.
It's the largest increase in 2 decades.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right.
Fun fact.
Fun fact. We love fun facts over here.
Yes, we do.
Well, I think the interesting thing to remember, too, is that neither of those are keeping up with inflation.
Yeah.
Average-wise. Like, there's certainly companies who gave a higher cost of living upgrade or, there's anecdotal times where if you are switching, you're making 30% more, or maybe it's 10% more, or whatever the case may be. But, inflation is at 8.5% for May, 9.1% annually. So they're a little bit shy of that.
They are, but people are desperate to inch closer to that percentage, where they're losing money. It's like, it's nuts. It's nuts out there. 47 million Americans have changed their job in the past year.
It's a large number.
Yeah.
I mean, and I wonder how much of that is like due to the great resignation that we've been under in the last year, 2 years really, that people have been reevaluating their lives and deciding to do something different.
Right. I wonder if they factored those into these studies or not. But yeah, we've talked about that so much, about how many people, because they were forced to stop, sort of were forced to reflect on what they've been doing. And a lot of people were like, I don't know if I want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to just venture out and pursue my passions.
Pursue my passion.
That's right. Hillary's used to be a country singer.
I suppose so.
I think it's just because we're in denim.
I think we're in the matchy Monday denim jacket situation for sure. Well, I do think the other thing that the article points out is that right now people are mostly switching jobs because of the pay difference. Yeah. Not necessarily because they're unhappy at their current job, which is a different mentality than we have had in the past.
They just see an opportunity.
Who doesn't want to get paid more for, maybe it's a better job, maybe it's a better title, maybe it's the same job, you're just getting paid more because you've switched companies.
Yep.
I think the other thing is that companies have to be aware too, in order to be competitive to get the right talent, they are paying up.
Yes.
For the same amount of talent that they were, attracting before.
There's been such a shortage of employees, hasn't there? So there's a lot of competition in the job market as well, which that incentive creates wage growth and, trying to draw the workers in. They're trying to draw them in. I thought this was an interesting factoid. I don't know. Okay, in recession years like 2008, job stayers had a greater wage growth than job switchers in the long run. So the benefits of staying can be security, consistency, and potential for future advancements in the company. So maybe you've already grown so far in the company, but you probably have more potential of taking that next step if you've already been there for a while.
Yeah, and with other people leaving, there might be holes for you to push into, which is, I guess, the ideal thing. I don't know.
Right. So if you sit tight and let everyone else leave for that job, then you might be able to kind of sneak into that even nicer position.
Exactly.
Hey.
But I think it is also, if you do decide to stay, I think companies these days do need to make sure that they are paying people competitively to stay. Otherwise, it costs a lot of money to train somebody and get them up and running in a position. I mean, the whole adage at the last couple jobs I've worked at is you kind of understand what's going on by 3 months. You know what you're doing by 6 months, but it's not until a full year where you're actually doing your job correctly or, up to snuff. So it takes time to get people on that track.
Right.
That's a lot of lost revenue for a company. So it does behoove them to keep people.
Yes.
And promote them.
Well, and people right now are doing their homework. They're looking for a new job with a bigger paycheck to keep up with inflation. So, they're checking the headlines to see where they fall and what's going on. And people they're doing their research. And so companies need to be aware of that if you want to keep, your prized employees.
Keep your talent.
Keep your talent.
Where you want it, which is in your company and not somebody else's.
Yes, exactly.
I think one of the other things with staying is that, to your point, there's security there. And when you do go into a new job, there's do you want to go into a new job? Because then you have to learn a whole new company culture. You have to learn a whole new boss, all
it's a
of
lot
that
of added
unknown
energy.
that there's just so much going on.
I know. I kind of wonder what the age range is as well. If it's younger people, that are like, oh, I see an opportunity and I have time on my side to do something like this.
Yes.
Yeah,
time and energy.
Time and energy, exactly.
People.
Yeah, I know, right? I know there are a few factors that I'd be curious to dig into a little deeper with this survey, But it all makes sense to me that everyone's like kind of scrambling to stay afloat and figure out what their best options are in this financial climate that we're in, because it is trying on everybody's, pocketbook.
Indeed.
On that note, we're going to take a commercial break, but we will be right back to talk about the shows airing today on ROI TV. Welcome back, everyone. I am here to remind you of the shows airing today on ROI TV. We have Your Money, Your Wealth, ETF Stories, and Life's Third Act. You can catch them all on ROI TV. Where at exactly?
We are now on Distro TV, so you can download that on any device and just search for us in the business section. Otherwise, you can find us on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, or on your device, whether it is an Apple or Android.
That's right. You heard it here first, folks. Thank you so much for joining us on another episode of Coffee with Kem and Hills. We will see you tomorrow with another big old cup of coffee.